And hello, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. Make sure I'm kind of centered and everything. I think we're okay. Make sure the mic's on. Yeah. So good to see you. Hopefully you're doing great. Thanks for streaming with us. We really appreciate it. We've got a little weather to talk about. Of course, talk about what's going on in the tropics. We've got Hurricane Grace, also Henri out in the Atlantic, and another disturbance coming off of Africa. But before we get to that, let's talk about our local weather first. We'll take a first look at that. Okay, let's put up the maps. That way you can see what's going on, and you can also see me. I'm in the frame, so that's always good. Say hi to some folks. Angela, how are you doing this morning? Hope you're doing good. Tina, hello. Tell everybody hi in New Braunfels. By the way, I can't believe I've only been tubing once this summer over there in New Braunfels, but always great. And by the way, I'm kind of getting off track a little bit, but there's a restaurant. I think it's fairly new. Man, I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was a good place. I know that's worthless to everybody, but anyway, let's see. Patra, how are you? Lorraine, how are you doing this morning? Gary, Brianna, hey, how are you? So we've got a lot of folks on. Okay, so we've got some clouds out there right now. We had clouds around yesterday. We still reached a high temperature in the mid 90s, and I think that's where we're going to be today. Temperature outside 85, low this morning was 79. It was a warm, humid morning. Record low 64 set back in 1992. All right, one thing of interest that we do have, we have had some heavy rain this morning in Edwards County and Real County. We've got a flash flood warning that continues. I believe that's until 1 o'clock for the extreme eastern portions of Edwards County and also Real County. I'll zoom in here in just a minute. Some of the thunder and lightning and some of the heavier rainfall starting to pull out of that area, which is good news, but still picked up about 2 or 3 inches of rain this morning there. You can see all the scattered rain now for the eastern portions of the area from Gonzales to Cuero, Victoria. Matter of fact, around Victoria, lots of lightning strikes there. That's all developing as we speak. Not much here in Bexar County yet, but we'll see some rain. Some of that will fill in here in Bexar County. Yeah, we've got just a few little light showers showing up. Around Helotes, northern part of the county, also along, looks like I-35, getting close to Garden Ridge. We've got some there. Okay, this is a closer look at our flash flood warning, and this is until, let me stop that right there. That's until 12:30. I thought it was 12:30. And it's a pretty narrow swath, not a big area, but extreme western portions of Real County, eastern Edwards County. And you can see here that there's very few lightning strikes left over. The heaviest rain has moved out of that warning area, and that is good news. Around Lakey, it's raining pretty heavy right now. Also into western portions of Kerr County. Let's see, that'd be pretty close to right along 39. South of Mountain Home is the heaviest rainfall, it looks like. A little shower activity right now in Kerrville, no thunder or lightning. Let's move on over to the east. Quite a bit of lightning strikes around Victoria, and where you see the yellows and the oranges, of course, that's heavier rainfall. Raining pretty good right now in and around Cuero, Goliad as well, pretty close to Yoakum, and new lightning strikes now between Gonzales and Schulenburg. And if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty close to Bucky's right there, I think, right along, pretty close to Flatonia there. So we've got some rain. If you're going over to Houston, you're going to run across some of that rain as well. Temperature mid-80s, 85. Look at locations to the south and east. No wonder showers and storms are developing. It is very humid already. We've got temperatures around 90 at Hallettsville. George West is at 90. Beeville 91. Cotulla is at 90 already. Upper 70s in the hill country. So what a difference from the hill country to some of our southern counties. And I don't have it graphically for you, but I can tell you from Cotulla to Tilden to George West, and then southward from there, you've got a heat advisory that's in effect. Heat index values will exceed 110 degrees today. Matter of fact, I wasn't going to do it. I don't know why I wasn't, but I wasn't. But I can run I'm going to do an audible. Let's take a look at what the heat index is like right now. Heat index here in the city is 93. It's not even, what is it? It's 11 o'clock, a little after 11:19 to be exact. But look at the heat index already. At Hallettsville, it's 103. Beeville feels like 103. George West feels like 103. Place to be is Rock Springs, feels like 72. Wouldn't that be nice? Kerrville feels like about 83 degrees right now, and Rock Springs or Fredericksburg at about 83 is what it feels like there as well. So very hot, sweltery. Heat index is going to be up to about 104, I think, here in the city. So drink fluids and take it easy. Take your time out there. Hey, just saying hi to some more folks. We've got so many on the line here. Grant, how are you? Seth, you had a real quick shower. And that's mainly what we're going to see today is a real quick heavy downpour. Won't last very long, but could put down a quick half an inch, maybe an inch in some places. And Gabriella, how are you? Hopefully you're having a great day. Yeah, a lot of places in Bear has it. You know, earlier this morning, we had some showers that developed, northern Bear, northwestern Bear, western part of the county, southwestern part of the county, but we're going to see some more. And Diane, how are you? Hope you're doing great. Brad, how are you? And Mary, you're always welcome for the update. It's my pleasure. Matter of fact, I don't get a chance to do the Facebook Live as much. Okay, I'm going to be really quick with this, but I want to show you a couple things, and it's really hard. I know the map is it's real messy. Matter of fact, it may be almost too messy. I can't zoom in, but I'm going to be real quick with this. Around the state of Texas, it's hard to make it out, but we've got an upper level trough that's really helping with lift, and that's why we're seeing the rain. But what I really want to show you on this map is the ridge of high pressure, and you can barely make it out. Can you see, like around Florida, how everything's kind of going around in a clockwise fashion? This ridge is going to be fairly strong. I mean, look at that. It's nosing all the way across the Gulf of Mexico. So that's going to do two things for us. Once this trough kind of lifts and gets out of the way, that ridge is going to take over, and by tomorrow and into Friday, weekend, rain chances come way down, and the system that's down in the Caribbean, Hurricane Grace, is going to stay pretty much on a west track, won't come anywhere near Texas, not with this kind of a weather pattern. At least that's the way I see it. And so I think Grace will just kind of stay on a west track. I'll show you a closer look coming up here in just a minute. So let's come back to our weather real quick. Highs today, I think we'll hit the mid-90s, pretty much like what we did yesterday, about 94. And for today, I've got the IBM computer model. It usually does a great job. It's doing a terrible job today. But I'm going to tell you, just from what I see and what's on radar, we've got a chance for rain today, about a 40% chance of seeing some scattered showers and storms. I don't care what this computer model says. I think it's wrong completely. So a chance for some scattered showers and storms, about a 40% chance. Then as we head into tomorrow, clouds in the morning, and then tomorrow I think we'll hit the mid-90s again, and partly cloudy skies. Now, that's probably right. Doubt we'll see much rainfall for Thursday or Friday. I'm going to throw in a 10% chance just in case for Thursday and Friday, but I think rain chances are going to be really doubtful with that high becoming so strong out of the Gulf of Mexico. Now this, I believe, this is the latest computer model, says we'll have a heat index this afternoon of 105. Pretty close to it. And notice down to the south from Cotulla to Beeville, heat index values 110 or better. And then as we head into tomorrow, a heat index about 104. I think that's going to be just about right. Let's go ahead, let's go to Friday. Heat index, pretty close to the same thing, about 103. And I think that's going to be just about right. So right through the weekend, high heat index values anywhere from 102, 103 to 105. Take it easy, take some breaks, find the shade, find some water, go to a lake, pool, or I was going to say pond. I guess you can find a pond, a pool. All right, so here is Henri. Henri is right there. You know, I don't know why the National Hurricane Center, why they just don't stay with like Henry, Sam, Bob. They've got to throw in these fancy names every once in a while, but I guess it's fun to pronounce, Henri. So Henri is here just southwest of Bermuda. That's what that little dot is. That's Bermuda. And I think what Henri is going to do is it's going to kind of go westward and then do like a big loop around Bermuda. Not going to have any consequence really to anybody except for shipping lanes. Going to miss Bermuda at least, I think. We've got a big area of disturbed weather coming off of Africa. Probably one of the biggest areas of disturbed weather we've seen so far this season. We'll just have time to watch that. And of course, what everybody is talking about is now Hurricane Grace, which is right there and getting bigger, getting more impressive looking on the satellite imagery. Looks pretty impressive. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see. All right, these are the winds yesterday evening. I'm going to go back a little bit just to show you. In Kingston, Jamaica, these are not the wind gusts, by the way. And what I've done, this is not satellite imagery. This is just the surface winds, and where you see the purples and the reds and the yellows, those are the strongest winds over 30 miles an hour. And you can see there in Kingston, Jamaica, the wind was 47. That's not the wind gust. So really windy yesterday in Kingston, Jamaica. Let's see what's going on today. You can see the wind field getting broader, bigger. Now, I'm not sure what happened to the barometer, not the barometer, the anemometer in Grand Cayman. I don't know if it blew away. I mean, the winds aren't strong enough for that, but it just quit working. Either way, wind's pretty strong there. And now Category 1 hurricane, Grace, winds in that buoy right now, 25 miles an hour. There in Cuba, sustained winds are about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So this is a perfect representation of where the strongest winds are. And if you've never been in a hurricane or a tropical storm, you've got to get fairly close to that system for the winds to be real strong. You can see there in Cuba, 10, 15, 20 miles an hour, but very close to the center of circulation, of course. We've got hurricane force winds now with Hurricane Grace. So where is Grace going? Well, like I showed you before, with that ridge of high pressure being so strong, I think Grace has no choice but to move pretty much west. And look at all these different computer models. I have thrown now I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like the trajectory computer models to use on the spaghetti plots. I don't like anything that's not dynamic, that's showing what's going on in the atmosphere right now. So I've just thrown out the trajectory ones, the statistical ones, those are out. These are the dynamic models. Hurricane Grace right now has winds of 75 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 15, and the pressure is falling. And I've got quite a few computer models here, and they are almost all pretty much showing either a west or west-northwest movement, and not a single one of them comes close to Texas, and I think that's pretty much going to be the case. This is going to move towards the Yucatan, over the Yucatan, weaken, and then may regain hurricane strength again, moving into Mexico. Let's take a better look. This is the track from the National Hurricane Center, and they pretty much have gone down the middle of all those dynamical plots. I think that's the way they're playing it, and they've got a real narrow, look how narrow that cone is, which means that they're pretty convinced that that's going to be the track. And the reason why is so many computer models are pretty much agreeing and going over the same track. There's Cozumel Island. You can see Cozumel there, and Cancun. Weather's going to start going downhill for them by tomorrow morning. And tomorrow it's going to be pretty windy, as you can imagine, and wet in the Yucatan Peninsula. 85-mile-per-hour hurricane is what the National Hurricane Center is forecasting to move very close to Cozumel Island. And again, that's going to be by tomorrow morning. Friday morning, becoming a Category 1 hurricane again over the southern portions of the Gulf of Mexico and the Bay of Campeche, and then just continuing on that west track right into Mexico, and again staying way south of Texas. And I think that's pretty much a safe bet that it's going to stay away from us here in Texas. So we don't have much to worry about. And with the computer models all with the same kind of solution, and that ridge being so strong, I'm going to take our rain chances down to almost nothing. That's what I was doing yesterday, and I think that's the right thing to do, and keep it hot. So for today, about a 30% chance of showers and storms this afternoon, maybe 40% coverage. High temperatures will be in the mid-90s, around 94. Thursday and Friday, I think maybe a residual just because we have so much humidity. 10% chance isolated shower or thunder shower for Thursday and Friday. Highs mid-90s, heat index values around 104. It is going to be hot. Over the weekend, heat index anywhere from 102 to 103 with highs around 95, 96. Monday and Tuesday, 96 to 97. Heat index around 103 to 104. It's August, should be hot, but we can't really complain a whole lot. These high temperatures are at average or maybe a hair below. And that's been pretty much our summer so far, and we still haven't hit 100 degrees. Phil and I on a morning show, he always likes to be positive and said, well, at least we haven't hit 100 yet. So I guess that's one way. And then I said, yeah, but the heat index today is going to be 104. So if you want to be positive, negative, I don't know. But before I go, I do want to say hi to some more folks here. Joe, Rain on the south side, I think you've got a chance, about a 30 to 40% chance of seeing some, especially this afternoon. So have the umbrella handy. Maybe your yard get a little wet. Jesse, yeah, come on, fall. You know what? It's not that far away, really. I mean, what's September? What is today? Today's the 18th. September's about, what, 13 days away, 12, 13, whatever. And once we usually get past the middle of September, the temperatures really start to reflect that. So just hang in there. We got about another month. And it really, we really can't complain. This summer has not been really all that bad. It's been a little more humid. But, you got to take the bad with the good. And Grant, yeah, I know the heat index, that's a bad thing. I mean, the heat index has been bad. And Lauren, no rain in Victoria, but you can hear the thunder. You know what, Lauren, just because you're watching, I'm going to go back to the radar before I go, and let's take a look at Victoria and the rest of the area. And it probably wouldn't hurt because we do have that flash flood warning that is in effect for Edwards County. Let's zoom in here. Edwards County and Real County right there, and that's until 12:30, but things should improve after about 12 there. And Victoria, this is the very latest. Let's zoom in here to Victoria. Bam. There you go. By the way, my daughter's best friend played soccer at University of Houston, Victoria. I know. Interesting. Victoria, yeah, you, not much in the city, but the rumbles of thunder right there on the east side. So there you go. All right, thanks for streaming with us. Make sure to watch us at noon. I'll be on noon, by the way, on the noon show. 4, 5, 6, and 10, I believe that is Andrew. And also, I will be back tomorrow morning. So, and I'll be back doing Facebook Live tomorrow as well. All right, thanks for streaming with us. Have a great day. We'll see you later.